In the rolling hills of Connecticut, where the morning mist hugs the fields and the landscape is dotted with old stone walls, a quiet transformation is underway. Eric Taylor's family farm, rooted in generations of tradition, is changing with the times, adapting to a new era while holding onto its heritage. He's not just planting crops anymore, he's planting solar panels, turning open fields into sources of clean, renewable energy. These glassy rows now stand beside grazing livestock, blending tradition with innovation in a way that few could have imagined just a decade ago. By leasing a portion of his land for a solar project, Eric secures a steady income stream, no longer at the mercy of unpredictable weather or volatile markets that have challenged farmers for generations. His animals now find cool shade beneath the panels on hot summer days, and the farm produces both food and electricity, feeding people and powering homes at the same time. This isn't abandoning roots, it's protecting them, ensuring the land remains productive and profitable for the next generation. Across the U.S., more and more farmers are following suit, drawn by practical economics as much as environmental ideals, and inspired by stories like Eric's. Solar power is becoming a new kind of crop, one that offers security, resilience, and a buffer against the uncertainties of farming life. Eric's story is part of a national shift, showing that land can feed and power entire communities at once, creating a more sustainable future. This model, called agrivoltaics, proves we don't have to choose between food and energy. We can have both, working in harmony on the same land. It's a quiet revolution. Ordinary people making smart, forward-thinking choices for their families and their future, one field at a time. As the sun rises over Eric's fields, it not only powers homes, but also secures his family's legacy, lighting the way for a new generation of farmers. Eric's story is echoed across the Atlantic, where solar power is booming in both the US and UK. The transformation is visible from coast to coast, as communities embrace a cleaner, brighter future powered by the sun. Once a niche for environmentalists, solar is now mainstream, growing rapidly even as governments pull back support. What was once seen as an alternative is now a central part of the energy conversation, with more people than ever choosing solar for their homes and businesses. In 2025, solar is set to provide the largest share of new U.S. electricity, outpacing fossil fuels and other renewables. Massive solar farms are coming online, transforming the landscape and the grid. California recently powered itself entirely with renewables, and for the first time, less than half of U.S. electricity comes from fossil fuels. This marks a turning point, signaling a shift toward a more sustainable energy mix nationwide. In the UK, solar panels are everywhere, from suburban rooftops to sprawling fields. The sight of solar arrays has become a familiar part of the British landscape, reflecting a collective commitment to clean energy. May 2025 saw solar provide 40% of Britain's electricity, a record for a country known for cloudy weather. Even on overcast days, solar panels are quietly generating power, proving skeptics wrong. The technology is proving itself even in less than ideal climates. Advances in panel efficiency mean that solar works reliably, rain or shine, making it a practical solution for more regions than ever before. What's driving this? Not just policy, but a groundswell of action from farmers, homeowners, and businesses. People from all walks of life are investing in solar, motivated by both environmental concerns and the promise of long-term savings. Solar is more efficient, affordable, and essential than ever. Modern panels last longer, cost less, and deliver more power, making the switch easier for everyone. The surge is powered by people making smart economic choices. Lower energy bills and greater energy independence are convincing more households and companies to go solar. Two very different countries, one conclusion: solar works. Whether in the wide open spaces of America or the rolling hills of Britain, the results speak for themselves. The industry's resilience and adaptability have brought it of age. Solar is no longer just a hope for the future. It's a reality, built to last and ready to meet the challenges ahead. The solar revolution is now impossible to ignore, lighting the way for a cleaner, more sustainable world on both sides of the Atlantic. The U.S. solar industry's growth hasn't been smooth. It's been a wild solar coaster. In July 2025, the One Big Beautiful Bill abruptly ended decades of federal subsidies for solar and wind. Many feared the industry would collapse without this support. President Trump's administration has pulled back on climate action, adding tariffs and shifting rules, creating uncertainty. The end of subsidies was a shock, but the industry adapted. Companies reworked business models, cut costs, and found new ways to stay profitable. The economic fundamentals of solar, cheap, reliable energy, remained strong. The industry was forced to stand on its own, proving its resilience. The solar coaster dipped, but the sector found momentum to climb again. The future now depends on innovation and grit, not just government support. In the UK, 2025 has shattered solar records, defying the country's reputation for grey skies. Solar generation surged by a third in just 6 months, making this the brightest year yet. In May, solar supplied 40% of the nation's electricity, outperforming gas, wind, and nuclear. Years of steady installation and better technology made this possible. Solar now provides 6% of the UK's annual electricity, and that number is climbing. The government aims for 95% low-carbon electricity by 2030, with solar playing a major role. The target, more than double solar capacity to 45 gigawatts by 2030. This boom isn't just about big solar farms. It's about communities and businesses joining in. New homes come with panels as standard. Warehouses are covered in solar. The UK proves that with the right mix of policy, tech, and ambition, even cloudy countries can harness the sun. The solar sector is racing to meet bold new targets. Solar's explosive growth in the US and UK has created a new problem. The grid can't keep up. Built for big central power plants, the grid now faces thousands of decentralized solar sources. In the UK, there's a massive queue, 700 gigawatts of new projects waiting to connect, over 10 times peak demand. The bottleneck isn't planning permission, but grid access, which can take years and cost a fortune. Projects are ready, but without grid connections, they stall. The industry is a victim of its own success. Demand and technology are there, but infrastructure lags. Solving this means not just more cables, but smarter grids and large-scale batteries to store solar energy. Without a modern, flexible grid, solar's full potential remains out of reach. The next big challenge: upgrade the grid to match solar's pace. Only then can the solar revolution truly deliver. The real engine behind the solar boom is simple economics. It's not just about environmental ideals or government incentives anymore. Solar is winning on its own terms. Once expensive, solar is now among the cheapest forms of electricity, thanks to relentless innovation and massive manufacturing, especially from China, which has scaled up production to an unprecedented level. In India, it's now cheaper to build new solar plants than to simply buy coal for existing power stations. This shift is transforming how countries think about their energy future. This cost advantage is why US solar survived the end of federal subsidies. Even as incentives faded, solar kept growing, driven by pure market forces. Experts say the market is now strong enough to stand alone, with solar's economics outpacing traditional energy sources in many regions. Companies now compete fiercely on price, not just on tax credits or incentives. The race is about who can deliver the most affordable, reliable solar power. The cost of solar panels has plummeted. Chinese exports to Pakistan dropped 54% in a single year, making solar accessible to more countries than ever before. In August 2025, China exported 46 gigawatts of panels, more than double the UK's total solar capacity in just 1 month. A staggering figure that shows the scale of this transformation. Affordable panels make solar viable in new places, from remote villages to city rooftops, shifting energy decisions from policy debates to pure economics. Businesses and utilities now choose solar because it's the cheapest, most logical option, often beating out fossil fuels without any need for subsidies. This economic tipping point is more powerful than any policy, creating momentum that's hard to reverse. Even if political winds shift or incentives disappear, the financial logic of solar keeps driving growth and adoption worldwide. The sun now offers a deal too good to pass up, making solar not just a green choice, but the smart economic one for the future. The digital world is fueling solar's next wave. Every online action, streaming, AI, social media, relies on energy-hungry data centers. The rise of AI is creating a surge in electricity demand that grids struggle to meet. Tech giants need vast, reliable, and clean power, so they're signing huge deals with solar and wind farms. These deals guarantee financing for new projects, driving solar growth even as subsidies fade. The private sector is stepping in, meeting new demand with clean energy. As our world electrifies, solar is the scalable, affordable solution for powering the digital age. Solar ensures our tech-driven future doesn't cost the planet. Some UK scientists are aiming even higher, literally, with space-based solar power. The idea: giant solar panels in orbit, collecting sunlight 24/7 and beaming energy to Earth as microwaves. A panel in space could generate up to 13 times more energy than one on the ground. The UK government is investing millions in this bold concept, backing startups like Space Solar. Their goal: launch a prototype by 2030 and commercial operations by 2035. If successful, this could solve the problem of intermittent renewables, providing constant clean power. The UK is at the forefront, but the US, China, and Europe are racing too. The hurdles are huge, but the payoff could be limitless clean energy. It's a high-stakes bet on the future of solar. From Connecticut farms to space, solar power is a source of hope and practical change. The world is installing solar at a record pace, 1 gigawatt every 18 hours. For farmers, it's new income. For homeowners, lower bills and energy independence. Communities get cleaner air and green jobs. Solar offers stability in a volatile energy world. The price of sunshine never changes. Challenges remain: political headwinds, grid bottlenecks, and rapid demand. But solar's resilience is clear. When one door closes, another opens. The economic logic of cheap, clean power is now unstoppable. Every panel installed is a step toward a sustainable, equitable future. Solar is a quiet revolution, lighting the way forward. Even in tough times, human ingenuity and hope shine through.